Hello friends, today we will learn the topic building structures and components. Myself, Professor Parikshit Vatsal. I am working as a lecturer in Civil Engineering Department at Government Polytechnic Malwan. First, we see the learning objectives of the topic. Students will be able to classify various types of structures, list various components of buildings and their functions, draw sketch and label the parts of various components. Now we see what is meant by building. A building is a structure composed of different components such as roof, walls, floors, etc., standing more or less permanently on one place such as house. Also, building provides shelter from weather, security, living place, privacy, to store belongings, and to comfortably live and work. Here is blue line indicates the reference from which this information is taken. Now we see the various types of structures. There are mainly two types of structures. First is load bearing structure and the second is framed structure, also known as skeleton of structures. And first we see the load bearing structure. It is the structure whose roof or floor is supported by thick walls and whole load are transferred through foundation to below soil. The walls are act as a main load supporting component as well as partition. This structure reduces carpet and living area of the floor because of thick load-bearing walls. Here we see the picture of load-bearing structure. In this, we see the thick load-bearing walls. Now we see the frame structure. It is the structure whose roof or floor is rested upon and supported by skeleton of beams and columns, and all loads are transferred through foundation to below soil. The walls in the structure only act as a partition, so thickness of walls are reduced and increases carpet and living area of the floor. Here is the picture of framed structure. Here we see the skeleton of vertical columns and horizontal beams rested upon foundation below, and there is roof on top, the floors at middle. Now here is time to think what are the common components of building. You have to pause the video and write the answers on your notebook regarding this question. Hope you have write the answers in your notebook. Then we have to go further by playing the video. Now here is building components. There are mainly two types of building components. First is a substructure and the second is superstructure. The substructure is the portion of a building below surrounding ground, that is structure below ground level such as foundation. And the superstructure is the portion of a building above surrounding ground, that is the portion above ground level. The components fall on this superstructure are walls, roofs, floors, etc. Here is the picture of building components. In this picture, we have seen various building components. First, we see the substructure which is below ground level, that is foundation. Above foundation, there is plinth, which is first component of superstructure and is above ground level. The height of plinth level is generally 1 meter in height. Above that, steps for vertical movement, and there is walls for security and partition. Then there is floors for horizontal movement, and divide the structure vertically. Then there is windows and doors or openings in walls for circulation of air and mobility within floor. Then there is roof on top. Below that there is skeleton of columns and beams. Also we see the building finishes like wall painting, wall plaster, etc. Also we see the building services like electricity, water line, etc. Now we see the list of general building components. First is foundation, that is part of substructure. The second is plinth. From the plinth there is superstructure starts, which is above ground level. Then walls, columns and beams, doors and windows, stairs for vertical movement within the building, roofs, building finishes such as wall painting and plaster, then building services like water line and electricity line. Now we see the functions of building components. The first component is foundation. It takes the load of whole structure above it and transferred below soil. Now, the next is plinth, provides safety against rainwater and crawling animals coming inside the building by providing height above the ground level, generally 1 meter. Then walls, these are act as a partition and effective barrier against external weathering effects. The next is columns, transfer load of vertically from roof to foundation. Then floors, to provide an even surface within the structure for horizontal movement. Then doors and windows are the openings in walls for mobility, air circulation and lighting purpose. The stairs, vertical movement from one floor to another floor. The next component is roof for covering purpose and also act as an effective barrier against external weathering forces. This is on top of the building. Then building finishes for improving aesthetic view of the building from inside as well as from outside, such as wall painting. Next is building services. It provides comfort to occupants like electricity and water line. Then we have end of the topic and we have summarized it. We have studied in this topic various types of building structures, various components of building and their functions. You have the assignment on this topic as draw sketch of building and label the parts of various components. Thank you. You have any questions regarding this topic, then you have email me on this email address. Thank you.